Alright, as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going through the process for weight loss surgery. I know about a year ago, I said I would never do it. And it was because mostly I've never had surgery before. But now there's come a point in my life where I have tried legitimately everything and nothing works. I'm not saying that it doesn't work for everybody. It just doesn't work for me. So I need a complete behavioral modification, basically, that will help me lose weight, because I've stuck to some things, I've done it for a short period of time, but I always fall back down the rabbit hole of binge eating, and it's hard to stop. Once you get started, and once you get going, and once you fall off the wagon, it is hard as hell to get back going. So I need to do this. At this point, I'm not the heaviest I've been, but I feel like I'm on my way back to it. And I gotta get a hold of it, because at this weight, don't feel good, I don't look good. I keep telling myself I'm pretty, but I know it's a bunch of lies. I can't have children, and that's mainly why I'm doing this, because I do want to have I'm getting married. I want to have a future with my husband. I want to be able to provide him a child, and everybody from my OBGYN to my primary care physician is telling me this is the reason why I can't have kids. It's because I'm morbidly obese. There was a time where I used to laugh at that stuff, like, who the hell is morbid? Who? I don't know nobody named Morbid. You better tell him to go on. So I'm trying to, lighten the mood with some dry humor. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. They were super nice, super supportive. They were asking me questions like, what do you think the hardest thing is going to be to, give up? And I think that would be, soda, pasta, and stuff like that for me, because those are like my complete and utter triggers. And for anybody who thinks surgery is like a cop-out or anything like that, no, it's not. It's just, to me, and this is how I can, visualize it. To me, it's just like training your dog, spraying him with water when you don't want him to do something. This is a permanent behavioral modification that's going to allow me to live a better life and be here longer. So bump anything negative anybody has to say. Like, I'm not doing this for you. I fought it long enough. I'm doing it for myself so I can have a longer life. So at the consultation, they want me to, in the next 6 months, I have to lose 10% of my body weight, which is beat down to a weight of 376, and maintain it. So at every visit that I have to be 2 pounds less than what I weighed before, and it can't go up. Which I'm like, my insurance is tripping. Like, so my next appointment is scheduled for next month in September. So I definitely 100% gotta get on it. At least get 2 pounds off. My current weight right now is 416. So I then crept back up to where I started at the last time. So I know what I'm gonna have to do to go ahead and get it done. And again, I'm ready for the challenge. Like, I just want to be able to live my life and have some sense of normalcy, and use this tool to help me get to a healthy weight to where I could live my life. Because I know in my soul, and no matter how much I keep going back and forth with this, I know I'm supposed to be a mom. I know I'm supposed to have kids. I know I'm supposed to raise them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to provide kids a life that I never had. And yeah, I still want to adopt, and I still want to be a foster parent. So even if I just have one natural born child, like, you know, I want to give myself the fighting chance to be able to conceive naturally and have a child, or even if I have to go through IUI or something like that, or IVF. Of course, we'll have to, I don't know how much that stuff costs. I'll be looking at pricing, but I just want to give myself a fighting chance. And then I still do plan on being a foster parent. Like, I don't know if I shared that story with you guys. I actually went through classes, me and my fiance, to become foster parents, got approved. But some life things happened, and they wanted us, of course, to be married before they gave us any children, or we would have to get certified separately or something along the lines of that. I still want to do that. So I know there's hundreds of thousands of kids waiting, but hell, even the adoption prices, like, seem to be outrageous. Like, y'all say y'all got all these kids waiting and stuff like that. I have looked into the process a little bit. It seemed like it's really expensive to adopt somebody's child, or, well, not somebody, to adopt these kids. And I know you can do foster to adopt, but that always does not pan out. Sometimes the parent does get their stuff together, or they don't sign over their rights, and, you know, we went through all of that. And I still want to do it. That is still very near and dear to my heart. Growing up in the foster care system, I know what it feels like to be left behind numerous times. But I'll sit down and do a separate video about that, kind of sharing my story with foster care, because I don't think on this channel I've ever went in depth with it, trying to spare other people's feelings, because I don't want to hurt anybody by my story, like what personally happened to me, how I felt. And I feel like I never really got that off of my chest. And of course I want to be able to motivate people. Like, when we were doing the foster parent classes, I told them some stories about some stuff that I went through in their system, and they're just like, are you serious? We watched a movie about a boy who was in foster care, who they have dropped the ball on this boy so much. He went out to a field one day and ended up killing himself because he couldn't take it. And I mean, I've been at low points in my life and stuff like that, like to the point where I've contemplated on numerous occasions suicide, and it's been hard. And I figured, because I don't have the balls to have somebody walk in and find me laid out dead somewhere or something like that, like, you know, with my brain's blown out, or, you know, overdosing, or whatever, you know, the case may be, I decided to try to kill myself with food. I mean, for lack of a better term, like, seriously, like, it doesn't click like that. What I'm doing is wrong. So it's crazy. And I definitely need to be able to take control back of my life. And I'm gonna go through the process, and I'm going to document it. I'm going to keep a record of everything in case anybody else is interested in the process. So I guess I could go quickly on the drive back home into the story. I'm about to go around this car. Whee! I had my first surgery ever in life. It really wasn't a surgery, it was more like an endoscope, but I had to get put to sleep for it so they can relax all my musculatories and whatnot. So with this surgery, girl, let me tell y'all, it was a mess. My fiance couldn't come with me because he had to work, so my best friend came with me. So I drove us up there, and I had my brother's girlfriend be my driver from when I got done. She had my car. She was gonna come back and get me. So after all the blood work and scans and ultrasounds and everything that they did, it was cool. Then it came time for them to put my behind to sleep. Now, I have never been put to sleep before, ever. So I was like, how y'all know this gonna work? Talking the most shit. I was like, have y'all ever, well, not talking shit, but just, asking normal questions. Have you guys ever had anybody that stayed up through it? What happens if I don't go to sleep? What happens if I wake up during it? Like, what's gonna happen? Because I was scared. Not gonna lie, I was scared. They wouldn't let my best friend come back there and hold my hand as I, went on to the great reward. I'm like, what happens if I don't wake up? Like, I'm getting prepared that if this is my last moment on earth, like, So, I remember that they had the not the catheter, but the IV thing in my arm. And they put this clear liquid in there. So it was like maybe 2 seconds later, I was like, whoo! It felt like the room had a heartbeat. Like, how Mr. Krabs, that little meme Mr. Krabs, and he got all the swirlies around? That's exactly how it felt. And I'll probably insert a picture here if I can find one. So I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I'm high as hell. So they started laughing and stuff, and I don't know what happened next. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they put the other stuff in there. The anesthesiologist put the other stuff in there that was supposed to put me to sleep. I passed out. I was sitting up and passed smooth the fuck out. I was knocked out. I do remember. At least I think I remember. I don't know if I actually remember this or I'm making it up, but I think I remember them pulling open my mouth to put the bit in there to keep my mouth open so they can do the scope and stuff down my throat. I don't know if that actually happened. I don't know if I remember it, but I feel like I remember it. Woo! I don't remember nothing. That whole little window of time that I was knocked out, I do not remember anything. But I can tell you, I was dreaming. Which to me, it felt real. I thought, I was going to see the white light, have an outer body experience. No, I dreamed I was at work processing phone calls. So, because I work in a call center type environment. So I was dreaming I was on the phone dealing with a customer. And then somebody woke me up. Like one of the people, I'm going down this way. One of the people had woke me up. So I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I was at work. What am I doing here? So I'm spazzing. I was like, hello? Because I'm thinking I'm on the phone with the customer. I'm not on the phone with anybody. So I'm like, hello? Hello? I was like, wait, where am I? They was like, you in the hospital. You know what you're in the hospital for? What am I doing in the hospital? What happened to me? Not like I'm spazzing at this point. Mind you, I don't do drugs. I've never been high before. I don't. So it was just an adverse side effect. She said, it doesn't happen quite often, but some people do have bad reactions to the anesthesia, and that was just a horrible, horrifying reaction. So I'm just like, all right. So I'm like, what happened to me? Where am I at? And I'm just, Sam. I knew in my heart that Sam was somewhere, and I thought the lady that was rolling me away, I thought it was Sam. So I was like, Sam, what are we doing here? So she answering me back like she's Sam. So I'm believing that she's Sam. So I'm like, Samantha, what the hell? I was like, what we doing here? So she explained to me what happened or whatever. And mind you, I'm trying to get up so I can get myself. I just knew if I stood up, I was going to get myself together. Damn, gas was cheaper over here. God darn it. Sorry, off on a tangent. So I just knew if I stood up, I would be fine. I'd be able to assess the situation. Child, I couldn't stand up for nothing. My legs didn't work. My legs was cut off. They cut my legs off. Like I didn't pay the bill. They just cut my legs smooth off. So I'm like, all right. So finally they rolled me in a room with Sam. And mind you, I didn't have my glasses. Like, if I don't have my glasses on, I swear to gosh, I cannot hear. I cannot think. I need to be able to see. And they didn't let me wear my glasses. No contacts, nothing like that. So I'm like, shit. All right. So I started to calm down like maybe 20 minutes after the fact. I started to calm down. I couldn't stand up. I kept falling back asleep. It was tragic. It was so tragic. But Sam luckily did not record any of that. Because I would have been highly upset because I was acting an ass. from what they were telling me and from what I do remember flipping the fuck out because I could not remember where I was or what I was doing there. I had thought we got in a car accident because my neck was hurting. And I'm like, I thought y'all went down my throat. Like, the side of my neck was hurting. It was swollen. It was a mess. But I survived my first surgery. So, and they did it. I guess it was kind of surgery because they did do a biopsy or whatever. Excuse me. Now, I do know the blood work and everything like that is required, period. No matter who you go through, that is just 100% required. And overall, it was bad for me because I've never experienced it, and I was like, I'm really on edge when it comes to stuff like that. So I was able to go ahead and get through it, and then I went to my first weight loss meeting, and the first weight loss meeting, it was just like, blah. It wasn't bad, because you're required to. You have to go to these meetings, at least one. And I went to one, because of my work schedule, I'm not off on Tuesdays, because that's when the day it is. I'm not off on Tuesdays, so I have to, go when I can. And, when I went to the meeting, they were, talking about all the products that the bariatric people offer, because when you have the surgery, at least for this facility, you have to purchase and have at your meeting 3 months of the bariatric supplements. Like, you have to do the bariatric supplements because these have been tried, tested, and they hold the most nutrients and supplements and stuff that you need, or I guess nutrients is the better word for it. They contain everything that you're gonna need. So my vitamin D was stupid low, so I do have to start on vitamin D, and I go see a specialist about that next month. They want me to start on multivitamins now. I'm about to see if I can go ahead and get me a little prescription and get my insurance to cover it, because I'd rather not pay out of pocket for a multivitamin, but I will if I have to, I guess. They gave me a packet today. We went over a whole bunch of things. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do the bypass or if I'm going to do the sleeve. But if I do the sleeve, in about 6 months, I'll be down to 270, which 250 for now is my goal weight. I think I was like 250 in high school, and I think that weight looks really good on me. If I lose more, I lose more. I think I was like 100 and something pounds when I was like in what is that, preschool, not middle school, but the elementary. So like, I know I was like overweight as hell. And then a little bit in middle school, I probably was like maybe 180 or something like that. In high school, it was like the 200s, and then in college it just hit 3 and then 4, and it just kept on creeping up. Kept on. So, all right, Mr. Truck, because you coming a little bit too close. But I'm excited. I'm like super freaking excited. And like I said, kudos to everybody that can go ahead and lose weight without surgery. There's your applaud. What you want, a salad? Because obviously no cookies. I applaud y'all. I'm over it. I'm not gonna sunshine. I'm just not gonna, it's just not for me. And what God has for me is for me, and this ain't for me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go home, because it's like 8 something in the morning. Actually about to go to my fiance's job, have him drop me off at the house. I'm gonna go through these papers sometime later after I take me a little bit of nap, because I'm tired. So that'll end this video at 20 minutes. I'm not editing anything out. If you want to follow me on my journey to lose weight, to life updates, just follow me. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe. I guess that's what, you know, just subscribe. Y'all even gotta give a thumbs up. I don't care if you give it a darn thumbs down. Go ahead and subscribe, and y'all will see me on my journey. And I will try to go ahead and film in the offices next time, but this was like kind of like the initiating type thing, so I was not able to. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload this today as is. I will catch you guys in a later video. Bye.